Hope everybody's doing well. It is Wednesday. As you can tell, we are rocking and rolling with the Buzzing with Mother podcast, guys. If you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to stay in contact with all our platforms: Facebook, Twitter, all that. My bad, X. Also, guys, you can find us on all audio platforms as well. Just to name a few: Google Podcasts, Podbean, Podchaser, Podvine, Good Pods, and all Apple products, and even Pandora, man. Woof. Guys, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy year. And first and foremost, I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And of course, guys, we've got the season finale of Commission Talks today. So I'm not alone. I want to first talk about the ones that pay the bills. First and foremost, I want to think about our sponsor, Dubby, Jitterless Energy. That's right, guys. I had just put a scoop of big energy tears in my cup just now. Hoping that's going to get me through this day. Getting over a flu, but guys, you can go on here and get you a tub, get you some shakers, get you some awesome energy favors. Of course, man, I'm telling you right now, it's shockingly how great these taste. They're not super sweet. They don't have that much sugar in them. And of course, guys, if you're not sure what flavor you want to get, you can get a sample pack as well. You get a free shaker cup with 2 sample packs. And of course, you get some hats, hoodies, t-shirts. Go to Dubby.gg, type in the promo code BUZZ20, you get 10% off of your purchase. Yes. And of course, guys, as you can see, rocking the hoodie, it's Christmas time. So go in there and go to the bonfire/buzzing with Marlo, get you some awesome merch. And now that it's winter time, obviously now you can rock the beanies, you can rock the ones with the pom-poms on the top. You get a long sleeves, V-necks, all that, man. Go in there and get you some awesome Buzzing with Marlo merch for your holiday needs. And of course, guys, you can go and choose any color that you want. There's so many selections that we have. And of course, this is not an updated slide. We have 4 different categories now. We have the American Prodigy t-shirts. We've been asked about it. We have the new season 5 logo Buzzing with Marlo merch as well. We have the Every Setback Makes One Heck of a Comeback ones as well. All you got to do is go to bonfire/buzzing with Marlo. Go in there, get you some merch, type in the promo code BUZZ20, and you get 10% off of your purchase. But as you can see right here, there's so many different options on colors right now you could look at. Like I said, man, as you can tell, I'm rocking the white one right now. Real comfy, real good, get you through the day, and you won't freeze. That's a big deal. So go and get you some Buzzing with Marlo merch to get your holiday cheer on. Okay, guys, as you can tell, it is Wednesday. That means it is on my show this week. And of course, this is the season finale. We've got a lot to cover today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to go some blasts from the past episodes of what we have done this year. There's a lot of things going on. First and foremost, I want to thank DCCW for the awesome show that we had last weekend. We had a competition against a parade. Luckily, we found out the parade was only like 20 minutes. And needless to say, everybody from the parade went straight on over to the venue. And, I mean, we packed the house out. I mean, I was blown away how much the loyalty of Baker County was in that building. So major shout out to the Baker County Fairgrounds, major shout out to McClenny, and major shout out to Vanessa and Steve Pender, because we packed that building out, man. It was a really cool thing, and it was a really great way to end the year. I'm sore as can be right now. If you didn't see the slide, I took a catch off the top rope. Cole catched me and spine busted me, jumped from the top, and I'm still feeling it right now. So thank you, DCCW. Thank you, McClenny, for the awesome show that we had last weekend. Major shout out. Also, guys, I want to thank for everyone's thoughts and prayers regarding with Matthew. He was officially released today. So Matthew is Matthew's on his way going home right now. Matthew's been in the hospital for over 65 days. So he is now going home. I've not seen this kid smile as much as he had just recently. So really awesome thing. Thanks to everybody buying the bracelets, buying these right here, buying those, buying the t-shirts and stuff like that. He really, really appreciates it. Okay, guys, as you could tell, it is Wednesday, so that means I'm not alone. So, guys, let's get it on. Brian B., make the announcements, pimp.
Warren Waller, the American Prodigy. Dre on me.
Oh, that was so great, man. I love that. Before just having that ending, bro. Man, WBF.
And Brian B.
I personally feel like Gabe made the right decision by not. I think he gained a ton of acknowledgement from their matches with Gunther, taking him to the limits and them showing that.
Commission Talks.
What's up? What's up? As you can tell, we got my boy Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast and the one himself, Brian B. From the ENT LLC, baby. What's up?
Yo, it's Wednesday.
What's going on, man?
Let's just start stating some obvious shit.
It's Wednesday. What's going on? What's going on with you guys, man?
Y'all think I got to kick off this season finale by definitely saying, thank you guys for bringing me on board once again. I know I said it a bunch of times, but it's always awesome to talk wrestling with you guys, and it's been a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like, it came on like shit. I was actually looking back earlier, and I was just seeing, like, I've been on a couple episodes with you guys. It's been a little while, but I'm really looking forward to like everything we're going to be doing. Starting next year, the new season rolling in and everything like that. Especially with the Rumble and all the big names and stuff going on. Even Wrestle Kingdom, man. Ooh, that's packed hard, man. So looking forward to it.
Wrestle Kingdom, look at you.
Listen, I got a squad, outside of this squad, and they getting your boy filled up with all the wrestle talk everywhere. So
that boy said Wrestle Kingdom. I almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, we building up over here, man.
Hey, man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. 2024 looking good, man.
Looking real good.
Looking good. Yeah.
Hey, man.
It's Wednesday, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, like how much we've watched wrestling and stuff like that. And, it's really cool, Brian, like you just said, Wrestle Kingdom and stuff like that. You're expanding your horizon a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's really good to actually, you can see overall, like, you see wrestling in this standpoint, but you could also see it in all these different other sections. And sometimes it's a cool thing. Sometimes it could be like, all right, I'm going back here. Or sometimes it could be like, oh, man, let me see what's over here. Let me see what's on this side. Let me see what's over here. So it's really cool to see those things.
Yeah, I was actually listening to, another group that I listened to, and they were talking about, TNA. And they were talking about how TNA is, it's got a good brand. It's got a good, it's got good talent and stuff like that or whatever. But the problem is, and I firmly agree with him. I wasn't on the panel. I was kind of in the comments, just kind of commented it up. But he was saying, like, man, they're not as available as everything else. Now you can pay for the, the network or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, it does make a difference, what's available, what's easily accessible. because not for nothing, you know, the diehard fans are going to go ahead and try their hardest to make sure that they're looking at everything that they want to look at. They want to engage in different areas of what they like. So they're going to try hard. But the casual fans or the people who just like, hey, you know, what's the options? You know what I'm saying? Oh, wrestling, you know, WWE comes on fucking 4 times a week. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and jump on NXT. Let me go ahead and jump on this. It's easy. 8 o'clock, USA, I'm there. But if you got to go ahead and, I got to pay a credit card, they'll download this. And people lose interest fast. I thought it was an interesting discussion because there is a lot of really good wrestling out there, but a lot you do have to kind of look for. And I'm not going to act like that's not an effective quality, man, because it is a reason why people may kind of lackluster, you know, your entertainment and shit. But it was interesting.
Yeah, I think that is interesting though with the TNA Plus subscription network
How
thing
much is that?
coming
Like
out.
$13 a month or something.
I don't even know. I just remember them, you know, Endeavor and them making the announcement that, you know, they're gonna have TNA Plus, and which I think for one, I thought it was interesting that they had got sort of a deal before AEW, even though they only been around for about 4 years. But I think the difficulty with Impact or TNA Wrestling is just trying to find them on, you know, they're not on uh your top
They used to be on the
network
TV Guide
channels.
channel. But
Yeah, exactly. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. They're really not. So if you're like maybe streaming them through a third party, maybe you'll find it, you know, through certain, you know, links or whatever. But other than that, man, I think a lot of people, you know, they don't really get the actual channel. They keep up with it through, you know, social media and on, you know, YouTube though. But
Exactly. Yeah.
you know, but I do get your point though. You know, if it is just on, which I know this day and age though, a lot of people are really cutting back on cable. So a lot of people don't even have
Yeah.
access to, you know, Monday Night Raws or SmackDown. They just watch it, you know, through YouTube or through a, you know, a loop or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, I do get what your point though. But
What's up, Tino?
But I think the TNA Impact Plus thing, I think it'll really help them. I just, you know, like you said, it'll be better if, you know, they could be on one of the TV Guide channels available.
Remember back in the day when ECW, you know what I'm saying? Like ECW was another one. Like, you know, if you were a hardcore fan, you know when ECW was coming on, but it wasn't like it was regularly advertised.
What channel was that on? Was it on the Sci-Fi?
I don't even remember. No, I'm not talking about like WWE ECW. I'm talking about fucking Philadelphia ECW.
I was like, what channel was that on?
I mean, it was on like 12 o'clock in the morning, like or like 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, the ECW was like it was like a back channel. Like it wasn't it was a regular cable station, but it wasn't like a known like kind of like when
Tarantino type channel.
Yeah, when WWE was on like TNN and all that and Spike TV. Remember all that shit back then? Yeah, it was like something like that.
But the thing now too, I want to understand more too with that deal, the Endeavor that is that who actually, you know, who bought WWE. Is that the same Endeavor?
Yeah, the same we're talking company.
About? Okay, cool.
That's also interesting.
Yes, I think that'd be very interesting, and I think it would, like I just mentioned too, a lot of people, you know, definitely are more into streaming now, which I think will, you know, sort of help them, you know, in a way though, you know, with the whole, you know, let's stream it since if they, you know, do it that way, you know. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting though.
I don't think WWE will ever jump into just the streaming world, but I'll be honest with you. If they did and they just decided to say, hey, we're going to stream Raw, we're going to stream SmackDown, NXT, everything on just one platform, I would love that shit. I mean, I don't know exactly how much it would affect their, you know, their building and everything. If you're not watching this podcast and missing out, thank you so much, Laura.
Appreciate it. Thank you. That's what everybody thought. At least that's what I thought. At least they were streaming something on the network when it came out in 2014 or so.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it is really interesting, man. Like, you know, you can definitely tell wrestling is taking a turn, you know, with these companies buying out, like, you know, the big major names and promotions, whether it be AEW with Ring of Honor, whether it be now TNA with Endeavor, WWE with Endeavor. Like you could definitely tell there's going to be a lot of changes, man, going forward. CM Punk coming back was a giant fucking thing that everybody thought would never happen. Everybody's saying the never say never. Now CM Punk literally wearing a shirt that says "Hell's frozen over." Yeah, because we're in a new era, man. I think we're in a new era, and I know my topic for tonight. I kind of want to kind of a fun discussion about it because we can really start on some fantasy shit now. Because I think there's a lot of stuff that we're gonna start getting into in this next year that we haven't seen come out of wrestling yet, and
my man Tino make a good point. You right, Brian.
I ain't paying $50 for no pay-per-view.
And I thought that they didn't, get the deal with that. I thought that
I
would
ain't paying no $50
right
for no pay-per-view.
Yeah, I ain't paying.
Especially if the style is
exactly.
literally the exact same and you're just watching it for every match. No. No.
Yeah, I would love if AEW, it would make it a lot easier. I mean, for people who watch it the way they watch it, and you know what I'm saying, but if they did just make it in a way where you can literally just pay for a service and just have it, WWE nailed that shit. I mean, and you kind of have to follow that now with that strategy because I think we are in an era where our rosters are stacked. Like WWE roster hasn't been this great since 2008. Yeah, I know. He just posted that to you. I can't remember like the whole roster from 2008. I know it was like Maga and you had Bobby Lashley and there was a couple people. That was around the ECW time. Hiding right. Remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember that.
What was that entrance song? He had his song and it was like in a shirt, like literally like if Jaws had a movie. He's like hiding.
Oh shit, I don't remember that. But I was one other thing. I know we're gonna jump in our topics and everything, but it's season finale, man.
Paul Heyman guy.
We I was thinking like seriously, man. Like since Bray Wyatt, unfortunate, demise and everything like that or whatever. The one thing I've been thinking about on WWE is they need a big evil, man. I miss some of the most anticipated moments in wrestling history to me have been when you had those Undertaker moments, when you had those crazy Bray Wyatt moments. Remember how crazy and anticipated you were for the Firefly Funhouse and all of that stuff and everything. And then I was also thinking about it because they were talking about the Devil on AEW. And whether it be Aces and Eights on Impact, like you need that big evil. Who's the big bad? Like who's this scary shit going on, or even this rough shot that's kind of taking over. I miss that shit. Like that engagement, I feel it needs to be replaced, and it's going to be hard because Bray Wyatt was such a incredible figure, and it's going to be hard to kind of take over that mantle. But you guys feel like you're missing that in wrestling right now? Because there's not a lot of it going around.
I think that's a good question. You want to go? You want to go, Warren?
You can go ahead.
I mean, far as just a big evil.
Isn't it, JD?
Isn't it, JD? Listen, man, better not be his little ass. I'll fling his little ass.
See now with the whole bloodline thing sort of phasing out, I thought sort of the big dominant sort of group, or if you're talking about just solo person, then I think we need that. A solo one. We don't have that at the moment. Obviously, with the passing of Bray Wyatt, he was that played mind games and
personification, man.
Yeah, like he was it, and especially when he had that moment at the I think it was the 30th anniversary of Raw with the Undertaker, kind of like whatever he whispered in his ear, you just knew like he was it. Once things got together, and obviously you left a hole, it's a little void in that area right there.
Yeah.
But far as factions, I thought
hey man, we got
that's
our
what they
truth,
were going to do with
we got our truth.
The Judgment Day, but our truth is in there, making it entertaining.
My favorite
But
Judgment Day member, my favorite one.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree to an extent, though. But I think right now, at this point, I think WWE and its characters, I think right now is just firing on all cylinders right now. I think
really
when it comes, I ain't gonna say they don't need it, but I think when it comes, it'll
be
right
a big
in.
pop. Yeah. I feel
You'll know when it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always loved that shit, man. Like even when the Wyatt family, like, you know, just kind of like kick off, like, you know, the reminiscent or whatever. But when the Wyatt family came out, remember when the Wyatt family first like really started showing up? I'm not talking about Husky Harris. I'm not talking about like even them in NXT or whatever. But you know, when the Wyatt family jumped up in, and you started seeing like, what the fuck is these vignettes? Like, this is weird. You know what I'm saying? Like some old, you know, back trailer park kind of
Yeah.
swamp life, the family. Bro, that shit isn't entertaining, man. Shit is a lot. House of Black,
Yeah,
Death
yo,
is
I agree with my man
moves.
Slim.
Yeah, they
Aces and
are.
Eights was really good at the moment, man, when TNA was popping.
I
House
feel
of Black
Malachi
definitely
will.
some
People
good
still go
moves.
on YouTube to watch the whole build between aces and eights.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
I was watching it
Malachi
just
Black.
recently.
I mean, he's nice, but their group don't
They
give the
watered
same
him
kind of
down.
feel like you know. And I'm not saying you got to compare everybody, but I'm just saying when there is shit before you, you do have to kind of they're placed in comparison. Like, so they never hit me as like anybody who's going to take a dominating presence. Like I said, like, you know, even with like Kane. Remember when fucking Kane came? Like, these are like things where you watch wrestling, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like when Kane came
I
and ripped
remember
the
when Kane
Kane,
took his mask off, like it was a
bro.
Hell
whole different
yeah,
Yeah,
demeanor.
man.
yup.
I'll never forget that shit,
I'm
man.
trying to tell you.
Bro,
See,
I was
you'll
like
never
Woo!
terrified
forget that shit.
tonight. I literally couldn't go to
Never.
sleep that night because
My
I'm
favorite
sorry, like,
part of it is when, you know, after he chokeslammed RVD and he
Mm,
just did, you know, the oh boom, and then
yeah,
the camera just zoomed in. I was
where
like,
they
look at this
showed like the
ugly
little part of the
what's
wig or
wrong with
motherfucker.
him?
something.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
said to him like,
no,
bro.
that shit was
Shit used to
crazy,
really,
man.
yo, stuff like that. I mean, we got stuff that's definitely
Yeah.
making noise now. Like you guys said, like, you know, the roster is stacked. There's definitely a lot going on, but it's like, there's no doubt about it. Like, you're definitely looking. I've said it on this show a couple times. Like, I'm looking for what's next, man. Like, there's amazing people. Like, the people who we're really, you know, talking about are people who have came back. Besides, like, you know, like Gunther and stuff like that. But really, who are we talking about right now? We talking about Seth and fucking, you know, CM Punk, which is, you know, blew the roof off, in my opinion. Not even with just the crowd, but just the energy
And
from them too.
and I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said. And you say you want to talk about who's next on what's next. And
Yeah.
last week we had NXT deadline
Yes.
from two guys, man. From there, I just want to say who's next, and that's gonna make some noise. There's already is
Jason's
making noise.
delivering
Is
DoorDash to John Moxley.
Yeah, you saw. Yeah, I
uh,
just posted that. Yeah. Yeah.
Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, man. I mean,
Yes.
I think them right there is just the program, the story that they got right there is they something to come to see what's, you
Psycho
know,
Lake
sort of
coming out in the
next.
chains was a sight to see, man. I don't even know who that is, so I must be
That's what I was looking.
tripping.
I was like, I don't know.
Promo on Raw was
Yeah, I
fire. Yeah, that
agree.
promo was
What's up,
fucking
Yeah,
Tim?
that
incredible.
was,
Hope you're doing well, buddy.
man. I didn't think it
Damn,
was gonna
bro.
happen though. To be honest with you, I was just like,
You didn't
come on,
think?
like, no, I didn't think it was gonna. I didn't think that promo was
Bro.
gonna happen for some time though. But I was
Yeah.
like,
No,
last
you
week,
knew
the last
it was
couple of
gonna
weeks.
have to
No,
happen
no,
because
for
you
real.
knew it.
I knew it had to happen, but I was like, they last couple of weeks they've been
Speaking of that,
avoiding each other. You know, it was just like
Ryan,
one SmackDown.
your
I mean,
topic
once he
first, bro.
said,
Let's talk about your topic first.
Yeah,
I was like,
I felt that
okay,
way too. Yeah, I
Let's
don't
go with
know.
your topic first, bro.
All right, let's jump on. So, all right, so we're gonna talk about the first topic of the night. Season finale of commission talks, y'all. We gonna
what
wrapping
red
everything up.
shirt?
Red lipstick. Thanks, brother. Saying now I'm gonna be reading all the comments like it's my show and shit. This Warren shit. I don't gotta worry about all that extra work.
Technically, it's ours.
But yeah, no, one of the things I wanted to talk about, like I said, like,
Appreciate
you know, we
Tim.
kind of opened the doors just for kind of like, you know, a little bit of fantasy booking and
Yeah.
thinking about, yeah, whoop that trick. Listen, I just posted that shit too. That shit is when he came out on NXT, bro, he is a fucking
Man,
it's crazy
I
how
think
we
you
just
should say he
talked
couldn't
last
work.
week. We just talked last week about like how, like, you know, even Swerve, like, you know, Swerve Strickland, his music and his entrance and his character is bringing life to like his whole, you know, progression as a wrestler and shit. Trick Williams is another one. Remember, Trick Williams was sitting there sideways playing the sidekick to Carmelo Hayes for a while. So now that I never would have fucking thought he was going to be like somebody who's going to be crazy established, but Booker T, and his shit is pushing him forward, man.
Yeah, the story with them. I just want to say real quick before we, you know, definitely move on. I like it because it's the fact that Carmelo Hayes is not supportive. it's an everyday story. Trick Williams want to go out and accomplish stuff. He see his best friend winning championships and doing big things, and
It should
he want to
be
go out
me.
and Carmelo is not being supportive of his dreams. It was like, man, nah, man, I want you under my. You got them people in life,
I
man, that
don't
just
know
want
if
to
he's a
keep you
mean
under
attraction
your
yet.
wing. All the
I see what
time,
you're
and don't
saying.
want to let you, fly off and do things on your own and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh
That's
yeah.
that's Carmelo. That's Carmelo Hayes, and he's jealous and envious him that the fact that he's getting over and popular and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that part of the story is definitely it. But yeah, that trick with Booker T and coming out, I think, man, that
Shit's
is. I
fire.
didn't think he was going to win the matchup on Saturday, but how he came back, I think
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
awesome.
it made him look strong and it made him look
Yeah,
credible, and that's why
yeah.
because Brian Breaker's another one. Like we really gotta. Well, we'll talk about it, but so one of the first things I got to talk about tonight was I wanted to if you guys have seen the stories that apparently there's gonna be some contracts that's coming to an end in 2024, and I'm pretty sure that's like a regular thing, But the biggest difference in today's wrestling is there's options, man. There's a lot more options than what it was before. Josh Briggs showed out too. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he really did. I don't know too many characters on NXT. I'm still kind of getting to know everybody, but yeah, those guys really wrestle phenomenal, bro.
Definitely.
One more thing, because Slim, you fucking me up tonight, bro. you keep recycling my mind. But the one thing I gotta say, like when we talk about these guys like Swerve, we talk about these guys like Trick Williams. The thing about these guys that stand out is what's making them notice, bro. Because the other dude who was in that match, what's his name? Tyler something? What the hell's his name?
Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate.
The big strong boy.
Really strong. But when I turn on wrestling, I'm not gonna lie, he's strong. He got this, or whatever. You good, man. But he got all this shit or whatever, but he's got some little tights on and he's just being strong, bro. He didn't stand out to me at all, like as a first-time casual watcher and shit. And I don't know his backstory, I don't know his history. I didn't fucking research him and do a book report. But I just watched him.
Mustache.
Yeah, I just watched him. You feel me? But then I see Trick Williams. I see his entrance. I see the fucking crowd's reaction. I'm instantly engaged in this guy. Now I can go research Tyler and shit like that or whatever. But that's my point when I keep saying all this shit. When you turn on WWE, you see fucking Seth Rollins come out. You see the crowd fucking going crazy. I don't care if you've never watched wrestling a day in your life. You looking like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, everybody loves this dude. Or everybody hates him. They booing the shit out of him. So it's like that engagement is so important, man. I think I've kind of always understood that, but it's just I'm really seeing it now that I'm paying attention to character development and stuff like that, and just how important your whole character, your demeanor, your fucking music, the way you walk, the way you talk, everything is presentable and is presented to everybody to fucking take you in. That's why they buy your merch, all of that shit.
I want to say one thing on that, and I think that's the beauty about NXT. NXT has made some of these superstars.
This era's NXT. This was all character based.
Yeah, but not only that though, just NXT in general. A lot of the chants, a lot of the stuff that come with some of them NXT superstars. It started organically by the fans. It was just they was just vibing to the music. And if you watch NXT if you just watch NXT, it's some of the same people that come each and every week. So they are used to it. They know these people. And Trick Williams' song hit, and man, it was a couple black people in that joint. They was like,
who this motherfucker right here?
And Booker T said, hey,
for real, I'm telling you,
man.
That shit matter, yo.
Bro. So
that shit matter, bro.
It do.
I'm telling you, bro.
It's so special with NXT. It's so organic, man. Yeah, because when he came out, I was like, oh, okay. Hey.
I'm fucking with it, yo.
It's
a vibe, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fucking with it, yo.
Oh, boy, bro.
All right.
Side to side.
Let's jump to the segment. So we got, like I said, we got a whole bunch of people whose contract is expiring coming up in 2024. One of them is your boy, Seth freaking Rollins, yo. Seth's contract is coming up to an end. I believe it's in June. of 2024. Now, this was an interesting story, and I wanted to kind of talk about it just to kind of segue a little bit, because I personally am just going to be the first one to say I don't think Seth Rollins is going anywhere. Even though we have, the introduction of CM Punk, like Seth Rollins made it very clear on Monday Night Raw this week, he's home, bro. And everything he said was, I believe, in fully organic, and it was fully credible. Like, there was nothing that he said that was a lie. There was nothing he said that was exaggerated. He said, and it felt like he spoke that shit from his heart. Like, he didn't even write it. And it was just very interesting to see Seth Rollins. He definitely takes pride in where he's from. He definitely looks like he takes pride in WWE's transition for him and what they've built for him and what he's done for himself to establish himself there. So I don't feel like Seth is going anywhere. But Becky's contract comes up at the same time, and people were starting to mention that as well. Becky is another one where Seth's going to be where she at, and she's going to be where Seth's at. So I don't feel like she's going anywhere either. But how do you guys feel? You feel like Seth and Becky is definitely going to be kind of, safe in WWE?
I'm gonna go first though, because what you just said, I just mentioned this to Warren before the show, and look, before I say that though, even because I was hearing, with no producers or anything behind that segment with CM Punk and Seth, and even if you didn't believe it, they sold it so well to make you believe it, whereas like the moment CM Punk came in, the videos with Seth Rollins on the internet, whether you thought whatever way you felt on Monday Night Raw, CM Punk Seth Rollins sort of like made it, like, okay, like he was like, dog, I hate you, and I believe he hate him.
Fully.
I really do. But
that was one of the most powerful fucking. That was one of the most powerful things that I ever saw from any wrestler. As far as a promo, that was just real life fucking heat, yo. It wasn't shit you could stage, man.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
You could
stage. He fucking put that shit out there.
Yeah, you're right. And I get Seth Rollins, and both of them, what happened with CM Punk 10 years ago. He left, he came back, and Seth Rollins was in the Shield. They were going against each other, and CM Punk left, and now Seth Rollins is established and made himself in WWE, and he feels some type of way. But I mentioned he re-signed with TNA.
Oh, re-signed. I don't know. I said I read resign. Like, oh damn, it fucking bounced out.
But with Seth Rollins though, I feel like it's 50-50 now. Now all the people who are excited that CM Punk is back, that love Seth Rollins, are sort of turning on him. And once this matchup, I feel like that CM Punk and Seth Rollins may have at WrestleMania. After that, I think CM Punk is gonna. Seth Rollins. I keep getting their names mixed up. I feel like Seth Rollins is gonna turn, or you're gonna turn on the fans, because they already
feel like he turned on him, right?
Yeah. You're like, man, come on, I've been here all this time, and now this guy come back after this bullshit, and now y'all want to turn on me and stuff like that. And so he could use that contract that is expiring into some
build
sort
an angle
of
out of it.
build an angle out of it. Sort of how CM Punk did, take his ball and go home or whatever like that,
I'll do the same thing as this guy.
Do exactly what Punk did for SummerSlam. Do exactly what Punk did for SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But I don't see him. Yeah, I don't see him going nowhere. I think Seth Rollins is a mainstay in the company, though.
If they don't re-sign, it's just for them to be apparent. I really don't see anything else.
I see them re-signing. They're just gonna give them time. Speaking of time,
because Becky and their contract is up at the same time.
And speaking of time, though, we all mentioned for a while, and some of us were a little bit upset because we haven't seen her debut or make her, entrance, Jade Cargill, and a lot of people. You said you wasn't upset?
I ain't upset. You gotta give it time. You gotta let that thing marinate.
I was, because a lot of people are like, man, come on, man, where is she? She ain't debuted yet.
And I give CM Punk the same energy I give Jericho.
I'm not sure what she means by that though, because CM Punk and Jericho is levels. Oh, she don't like. Okay, she don't like him. All right, that's two calibers right there. I don't know if you can compare them two.
Yeah, I feel like WWE even knew that her mom had cancer either before they signed her, or before they signed her.
He wouldn't sign that.
That's
He wouldn't go to AEW.
You talking about the comment?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
the
yeah. I
comment
think
section blowing up right now. It's hard to
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
stay on,
it's what it is. Yeah, exactly,
hard to stay on
exactly.
topic right now.
Yeah, I think they knew about her mom cancer either before or after, and that's why they just wanted to capitalize on the fact that they
Oh,
had signed her, and just give her some time to be with her mom if that was the case. So
yeah, that's interesting.
yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that take, but yeah, they probably did kind of understand. But probably got to give
They're
knowing that they
probably
had to
waiting
give them
until the
time and stuff
Rumble.
like
That
that.
was probably the main alternative,
She's
anyways. They're
probably
probably
definitely going
waiting
to be an
until the
entrant in the
Rumble.
Rumble. But in that case,
most
if
definitely.
she
But I
is
don't
an
think they
entrant,
wanted to. No,
like
no, no.
would you want her to be an entrant in the Rumble? Because either then she's got to win the shit, or she got to get like eliminated in a really weird way. Because you can't, in my opinion, you can't introduce somebody in the Rumble that's that big of a name that you've been talking about and people have been talking about, and they've been kind of
Rumor
blowing up.
has it she's wrestled in a couple of NXT house shows.
The thing is, though, that's what I was about to make a point. I don't think that the initial thing was to wait for the Rumble, because even if this was already a thing that her mom had cancer
Yeah,
and she, any day could be her last day, they would have had to pull her from
yeah,
shows
I
and
get
stuff
you.
like that. So I
Yeah.
think she was gonna make her debut somewhere between November and December, but things just sort of happened, and obviously the Royal Rumble is perfect,
Yeah,
so.
it's possible for sure. Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes a lot of sense, especially if she was dealing with family stuff or whatever. Because somebody like that, you don't want to bring in and then bring off and bring in and bring
Yes,
off. You want to
exactly.
explode, and have them on the scene immediately. But we'll see, man. I mean, I'll be honest with you, and I don't know if I've said this on either one of my shows or whatever, but I mean, Jade Cargill, she looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? She looks amazing. That's one of the biggest reasons. It's not like we're over her because she's the greatest wrestler in the world. It's not like we're over her because she's the greatest character in the world. She just looks amazing, bro. No,
She's
no
an
doubt about it.
attraction.
She's a very big attraction, and we're gonna see what she does. Her just like Nia Jax, like the way she looks is the reason why you're
I was
engaged.
at the one in Jacksonville, and she actually was there. So
All right, perfect. Yeah, but
that's a cool intro song. I'll give you that.
Warren, how you feel about Seth and Becky, bro? You say your piece on them already?
I mean, the only thing I could see it is they want to be a parent. I mean, they have their little girl goes on the road with them every week, every show. I agree with Dre. I think they could build an angle out of it, put a good storyline with it.
Because word is that AJ Lee may come back, so they could.
Oh yeah,
I think AJ Lee's coming in the Rumble. I think she's
Rumble. I don't know if she'll
Rumble.
stay, but she'll be in the Rumble.
I mean, if you could do a good storyline out of it, and I would say like not on like a big pay-per-view, just bring it on like a that could be like a feud between them two for a little bit. So say like WrestleMania, they do have their match, but they're gonna feud it out after WrestleMania. I think that would make sense. Like, okay, AJ Lee going against Becky Lynch or something, because I mean Becky ain't gonna have anything by that time anyways, especially with Charlotte hurt now.
Why you say that? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that at all, because I feel like there's a lot that's gonna be in progression. There's been a lot that's been building. Charlotte getting hurt is something that I kind of bit my tongue, man.
I don't agree with that, because
I don't agree.
Royal Rumble is always known to have more than one
AJ Lee
return.
surprise. Yeah. I think Royal Rumble is one of those
Royal Rumble is
that you're always
the one
expecting.
that you want that to happen.
Yeah, and I don't think AJ Lee's thanks. AJ Lee's one of those names that it'll be fun to see her because she's a nostalgic act, but I don't think she's gonna overshadow anybody like that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in the Rumble is going to overshadow anyone, because I think that's the thing about the Rumble, the surprise factor. So yeah.
I
but
mean,
like I said with the Seth Rollins thing, I said it a couple of times already. I don't like saying this, but I can tell Punk's not lying. I can tell Punk is not lying when he says he's back and he's happy to be back and stuff like that.
I don't think he's lying. I definitely don't think he's lying. I feel like everything that's happened, and like Seth said, no bullshit. This is your last chance, bro.
Seth was. You can tell how serious Seth was too.
This is last chance. Everybody, I think the fucking world know that. Like, this is your last chance, bro. Like, you can't fuck this.
You strike out. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. And Seth, that's why I said like that. The delivery of that promo was so fucking. It was just beautiful, man.
But
Like,
one thing WWE is keeping him safe is and which I think AEW messed up on. And I was watching something earlier, and they say the same thing. Is AEW had him wrestling too much. He was
Yep.
opening up Dynamite, opening up Rampage. He was wrestling too much. And now what they're going to do is have CM Punk take on Dom Dom at a house show, which I think is awesome because then you get to use him at a house show, see what he do, before you put him on television. But I
yeah,
think it's perfect to not
Only
have
help one at
him
a time, Courtney. I
wrestle.
guess that's all we can say. One at
Yeah.
a time.
no, you're right. Yeah, Nia Jackson, that Becky Lynch angle, that shit, you can fucking have that. I mean, the crowd was
I'm not gonna lie. That
dead.
shit when Becky said that
crowd was fucking
she's not
dead.
likable and her ACLs couldn't keep her up. That was just
a good burn, but
damn.
it was just like, I mean,
I expect Becky.
Hey, man, everybody
that's
always
some
shitting on my
filler shit
girl
right
though. Man, ain't nobody gonna keep shitting on my girl Nia
Who,
Jax
Nia?
like that. Yeah, man.
Shit, Nia fine as
love
shit,
Nia.
but
Yes, she
still.
is. Nah,
Right.
man, because
Nia's lost a
I've
lot of
been
weight.
wanting this. I've been wanting this storyline between them
Edge
for a
versus
long
Matt
time
Vaz,
because
blurring lines
Nia
between Phil and
Jax
Strip.
and Becky Lynch, like Nia made Becky Lynch with a punch, and it never happened. Becky went one way and Nia went the other way, and that was just that.
No,
Now, and I know a
Slim.
lot of people like
The
because
story reminds me of Rock and Cena.
I
What?
don't know. Rock and Cena.
You say that shit about everything, Warren. You know that? It's like the fourth
Fans
fucking match
turned
to
on
remind you of Rock and
Cena
Cena.
when Rock was involved because he said he wanted to get this all involvement with it. I mean, it could work.
That's a hell of a that's a lot. I would say if we're talking about Nia and Becky, I I get what you're saying, bro. Like, people do have a lot of hate for Nia Jax. A lot of it's credible. You can't be mad. She's fucking putting people on the bench.
They had this storyline built for a long time just from that little angle.
But right now it looks like it's just filler. Like, honestly, that shit is filler.
How many Survivor Series is that now? That's been like 5
fucking
Survivor
4.
Series.
Yeah, like 4 or 5.
Shit.
But so the second part of the other question with Seth and Becky, like I was thinking about, it opens up interesting viewpoint, because if Seth Rollins' contract expired, let's just say on some crazy ass world shit, like let's say Seth said, "Man, fuck this shit. I actually want to try my wings somewhere else and shit. I want to see what's going on." And how big of a hit or an impact do you think it would be if Seth Rollins said, "Hey, me and Becky are going to go sign with AEW or something"? And how much of an impact do you think it would be for AEW or like even Impact, bro, to like take a name like Seth Rollins? Do you think it would really make a big difference, or do you think it would be something else? Like, you think it would just be like,
I mean,
what's up?
What's going on on some fantasy shit? Like, I mean, I think that'll be awesome. But
yeah,
I don't know. Like, but like,
I don't see
never
that.
say never. Yeah, never say never.
Fantasy shit. Just think about it. Like,
I don't see him going to AEW. I could see Impact or something like that. I don't see AEW.
Hey, Seth Rollins is a big name. I was also thinking about
Rollins has something against AEW, so like he's been
without knowing like personal shit. I'm saying, like, without knowing, like, I'm talking about just off their strength. Like, AEW is the next. AEW, no matter what nobody says, AEW is definitely the next fucking biggest name next to WWE right now. Like, you have older names and stuff like that, but as far as like you say WWE, at this point you can kind of start hearing mumbles where people say, "Oh, that's the AEW, right? That's the other one or whatever." Like, they're the closest ones.
Oh,
but
hell yeah.
Yeah, so if Seth Rollins, like, if he was to go, let's say we didn't know any personal shit. Let's just say he would, like, would AEW benefit from like a Seth Rollins, or would it be like some Sasha Banks shit?
I would hope Tony would not bury that shit like he's done with every other person that's come from WWE and gone over there.
I mean, like you just said on some fantasy shit though, like Seth Rollins has been like the guy in WWE for the last 10 years, so like you said, on fantasy shit, if he went over to AEW, man, I think that'd be huge, dope. But I mean, we seen guys come over there and they haven't done shit with him.
Yeah,
so
with WWE
and I think also for one, it's like you're used to seeing them on WWE, and then he goes by totally a different name. The song is totally different. So
Edge
it's
and Adam
like,
Copeland.
Yeah,
I
like
said
what
the
the
He
same
would
fuck?
shit.
trademark his name. I think he would trademark Seth Rollins. I think he would trademark it and take it. He would not
Yeah. I
deal
mean,
with a new name.
I was just thinking about it, like, damn, like there's certain people that would leave. Like if they had, like, Sami Zayn is another one. Him and Kevin Owens is
I could see
contract is up
Sammy
in
going to AEW.
2024. See, would that hurt WWE with Sami Zayn leaving? Would it with Seth Rollins leaving hurt WWE? Would it be like, holy shit, we got to fill some great
Seth
shoes?
Rollins, yes.
Seth,
Hurt him,
yes.
right?
Sammy, no.
That's how fast the caliber can change, man. Like that's why I wanted to have this discussion, because it just shows you, like, we've had these discussions about WWE and how big they are. It just shows you if somebody left. Another name that I said was Bayley. Just imagine if Bayley dipped off and went to, like, I'm gonna say AEW,
Bailey's
because
about to get her friend back, so she's gonna be happy soon.
I hope so. But just imagine if AEW, built up a Bayley and Bayley came and she was like, "No, I'm in a different." That shit can completely rejuvenate her career, man. And sometimes it doesn't work. Like, I don't agree with it with Edge.
Oh, no doubt.
But,
they definitely could replace Sammy.
They
I
could
mean, it
replace
sucks
Sammy,
to say they
unfortunately.
could really replace Sammy. Yes.
Unfortunately, man, because Sammy was hot as shit this year. We got to give him super credit. Sammy was hot as fuck this year, man.
Yeah,
And,
Sammy had a hell of a run this year.
he did.
I don't know. I just thought that was interesting, man, to really think about, like, different concepts like that, because of their possibilities, man. And there's so many options now for these guys to reinvent themselves, man. Look at Swerve Strickland. He's the perfect person.
Bro, honestly, he's
look at
the
Christian.
main reason why anybody's
Christian,
watching
even.
AEW.
You're right. AEW can barely
Speaking
get
of
up their
that,
own though. So
let's talk about
Yeah.
that shit. Let's talk about that. I was pissed about that main event. Last week. I was so
Edge and
excited to
Christian?
see Edge and Christian. I'm
I
not
didn't
even gonna
watch
say.
that shit.
I'm not even gonna say that name no more. I'm not saying Adam Copeland. I'm saying Edge and Christian, because that match I was super excited about. I'm like, oh man, it's at.
I mean,
their
did you
home
think
area.
Did you think Edge was gonna win?
No, I'm not saying
Oh.
that part. I'm just pissed
Oh.
about the woman in the match. Like, nobody knows who the fuck this woman is.
Nick Wayne's mom.
Yeah, like what
It made perfect sense after what Christian was saying, that how Nick Wayne, I think the father is dead or something like that, and how Christian
Yeah,
is
really.
now being
Hold on, what is that?
he's being this dad, and he's going around sort of like taking his
They
mom
could
and them
never
being his
build
dad.
anything
So
other than the tag team division. That's really what
the finish,
AEW is
I ain't gonna lie, the finish was bull, but I did understand her coming down, and siding with Christian, right? So
wait. So you telling me?
me?
So you telling me AEW wants some WCW storyline shit? Some
Bro, I really
tag rail
believe
on the
they're gonna
poles?
be crumbling soon. If they don't keep the shit, if they don't
Should be,
rise
yeah.
up compared to what some of the stuff they've been doing lately, I really don't see 3 more years.
I mean, some of the fun stuff I want to say the AEW got is the Roderick Strong, Next Strong thing, the Adam Cole and MJF storyline, but it seemed like that's just faded
That's
away.
watered down.
And the Tony Storm gimmick. I mean, a little stuff
I
here
will
and
give
there,
Tony. Tony's been doing her thing.
She boring, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hate, but
I think it's different, man. It's different than what she was doing. It's different than what she was doing. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But she was so against it in WWE. That's the funniest part to me about it. She's like, "Oh, wrestling's not about characters."
Yeah,
now
she knows that she got to get somewhere. She got to get somewhere because she tried to fight that shit off forever, and they kicked her ass gone. And then she's in another promotion.
I won't
And
be
they're like,
surprised.
"You
If her contract ends up, she's gonna be like, "Hey, I want to go back."
But I don't think there's a place for her anymore, man. The women's division in WWE right now, I think, has a lot of room for
all their divisions in WWE right now. It's gonna be hard to get in that
the tag division still can use some help as far as how they market them or whatever. But I mean, we'll see. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of talent that it can be utilized correctly. Like we were just saying, even with Sami Zayn and how Sami was so hot, and now he's kind of just an afterthought. He's pretty much an afterthought, kind of just engaging in everybody's fucking stories at this point. Even the bloodline, like you said before, Dre, I'm tired of seeing the bloodline get fucking fed to people at this point. They got fed to fucking LA Knight. They got fed to Randy Orton. Like, I'm tired of seeing the bloodline getting fed to people, bro. Jimmy Uso and fucking Solo Sikoa should not be taking pinfalls and shit like that consistently. Like, they were the most dominant faction in fucking WWE history.
Jimmy
Okay, like,
getting rolled off of by a ref. That was
bro,
so
for
funny.
real, it's a comedy act, but they shouldn't be a comedy act. Like, and we're gonna see Roman return, this Friday.
It's gonna
But
be serious then.
I feel like they're really, they're disintegrating that fucking amazing faction that they built. And I don't know. I've said a long time ago, if they can bring them all back together and do some babyface turn shit, I would be down for it. Because
Which I feel like they're not done with this bloodline thing, and the fact that they still got going on with Jimmy
It's
and
gonna end
Solo
at
and Paul.
WrestleMania.
I feel like it may end at WrestleMania, or they just make now. I think the title reign may end at WrestleMania, but I think the bloodline storyline, I think is just getting started,
yeah,
and
rejuvenated.
I think it's really getting just started though, because I don't know. We gonna wait and see, but I don't think
I
it's ending
think
on
that's what's
WrestleMania.
Right.
making
I just
him the
said that.
nostalgia.
I just said that, Slim.
All
I
right.
think
Yeah,
that's
Jimmy
the whole
has been
shit.
looking weak.
Super just taking
In a
pins.
way, Jimmy's not really a part of the bloodline. Remember, Roman's never really said he's fully back.
Yeah, but he hasn't dismissed him either, though. I mean, just like JD McDonough was never introduced as Judgment Day, but he's definitely Judgment Day now. Like, they played that for a while and just let it happen.
I think that's where Rhea's going to get involved with it.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I go into my topic next though. I don't know if you guys seen a tweet I think it was over the weekend, where Fox put out a tweet on X, Twitter, whatever social media, when Bobby Lashley won his United States Championship tournament matchup, and he was on the stage posting with the Street Profits, and Fox Sports put out the caption "Them Boys." And them boys, some may know into wrestling, is Jay Briscoe and can't even get the name right. The Briscoe brothers, yes,
Yeah.
the Briscoe brothers, and one of them was mad over the weekend and sort of, I think, blew it out of proportion about WWE calling the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley them boys, where look at the Cowboys, they've been called them boys, and it's like a phrase though. Yeah. So I guess he sort of got his foot in his mouth by going off on that post and other words though. But how you guys I want to say how you guys feel about that? But because I was like,
And sit your ass down. Anybody think about it? Sit your ass down. Get your ass out of here. Anybody think about that bullshit?
Yeah, I think Mark Briscoe was just a bit upset. Like he said, his brother, he's still, grieving, over his brother's death and stuff like that. So I think when WWE used that and knowing that they never got to WWE as a tag team, I think he felt some type of way in that moment. And what's going on? What's going on? I think he just felt some type of moment at that moment.
Yeah.
And when you let your emotions build up like that, and then you get on social media, Jay and Mark, thank you so much. Courtney got tongue tied. I knew Jay, I couldn't say Mark Briscoe for some reason. But yeah, he just let it go all out on social media. But man, I mean, come on, man, we them boys right here at Commission Talk.
I'm saying, right?
I mean, you gotta think, Dallas Cowboys fans, they've used to saying we them boys, like
yeah.
Yeah, that's a phrase. I get what he's saying because I mean, Warren, I'm sure you can attest. Like, in wrestling, you do want to have respect for, like, like they say, don't use my move, don't don't try to copy my shit or whatever. I mean, to a degree, but that's a kind of a phrase. Like, that's how I felt about Yeet. Like, Yeet is back and everybody's so happy about it. When they said that shit was going, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really I was a little more happy than I was sad, because I was like, Yeet is, I guess it's over because it's an easy one phrase word where it's just, and he uses it fun. It's been fun, but it's like an expression that everybody uses. I don't know why he's using that as his defining term for his
generation.
I think it was because of the spite. Not, I don't want to say spitefulness, but I think it was because, like I just said, him and his brother, they never brought them up to the. They never brought him up to WWE, but for them to use, them boys.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think they were just saying them boys. It wasn't.
Yeah.
There's no
don't even
such
call
thing
themselves
as
that.
anybody's moves getting stolen or anything like that. Like, if it, say, like, I stole Chris Jericho's code breaker. Like,
Yeah,
you
you
it's
robbed him,
recycled standpoint. Like, it's not. There's
bruh.
no such thing
That's
as
not what the
somebody steal
Undertaker and them
movesets
said
anymore.
when people do the tombstone and shit like that. Nah,
Tony
them
still
motherfuckers,
moves
you
all
had
the
to
time.
have.
Nobody does it like his. They only do the pile drive. They don't do the tombstone or anything like
I
that. They
remember them
work it
saying that
themselves.
shit, like, stuff like that. You have to pass it down, like, of course, like, Randy Orton does the RKO, Diamond Dallas Page did the, the Diamond Cutter, like, and there's a lot, even from that, the Bubba Cutter when Bubba Ray Dudley was doing it, but it's just. I've always heard like you at least have to have respect, like just like Bret Hart would take a shit on you if you sat there and started hitting the sharpshooter and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like in his generation while he was there. So I don't know. It's interesting, bro. Like I think that there's definitely a level of respect for stuff like that, and I can understand people saying it, but I feel what you're saying about like you really can't steal moves because it's just like you're just doing your version of it and shit like that. Like if Booker T would have came to WWE and he kind of was using it, but remember he stopped using that bookend shit when the Rock Bottom was there because that's the Rock shit.
And the
Like,
Rock told
Yeah,
him
he
to
stopped
use
using that. He stopped using it because they kept
Stop using
calling
that
his
shit.
move the
it.
rock
And the
bottom.
Rock told him to
I
use it.
tell you,
They
The
were like
Rock told
rock
him to
bottom.
use it.
Yeah, man, that's the booking, man.
yeah. Fuck
That's
outta
how the
here.
Rock knew of Booker T said because he does the Rock bottom.
Man, yo, listen, one thing I was noticing about Trick Williams too, to jump back onto that point, yo, Trick Williams, him doing that scissor kick shit like Booker T, I think, in my opinion, yo, because a lot of people forgot about Booker T, bro, and I'm not talking about Booker T WWE, Booker the sucker shit and all that. I'm talking about fucking Harlem Heat Booker T, bro, TV champion Booker T, because when he used to do that scissor kick, that shit, all of that stuff that he used to do used to get you so amped up in his matches and stuff like that. Booker T was a beast, man. I used to love watching his fucking matches. So I saw some Trick Williams. I saw some Booker T and Trick Williams while I was watching that Iron Man match thing or whatever. So I hope that he gains some leverage. I do want to see some kind of callbacks like that when I'm watching these new guys. It's just like for nostalgic reasons, whatever.
You want to talk about callback, and I think somebody said it in the chat too. About Josh Briggs having a breakout matchup
He
at
stood out in that match,
Deadline.
in my opinion.
Man, come on! If you guys don't see JBL and Josh Briggs, man, all the way, like especially if you didn't see NXT when he pulled out that clothesline from hell, I said, man, if that ain't JBL, like JBL was the one who vouched for him to get in the match anyway, and I thought it was really odd because they're a tag team. So I was like, oh shit, like yeah. So and then you can see
the other one is Paul Buchanan's son, right?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. My man
Slim
Slim just said it. Briggs give me JBL, young JBL vibes. I didn't know that, but they're already in a tag team, and the other guy you just mentioned is sort of like salty because he's going after the Urge Cup next week. So he like, damn man, like we supposed to be doing tag team shit, and you want to capitalize on your single shit, but and he gonna definitely be something.
Yeah, they both wrestled in Georgia.
Yeah, I like seeing stuff like that, man. As a fan of just wrestling history, you know what I mean? Like just watching it for so long. Even when The Miz was, and The Miz is like, The Miz is almost damn near a legend at this point himself. But just seeing him do like the Bret Hart homage shit, like doing the sharpshooter on the post, like that's all old school shit. And a lot of days you see a lot of stuff now, and with these guys, they have a lot of new moves, a lot of new energy and stuff like that or whatever. But there's still the callbacks to the classics. Like when Braun Breaker hits that fucking spear, that's that Goldberg fucking spear, bro. Like that is.
I think it's better than Goldberg. Spear. I think it's better than Goldberg.
Yeah, I mean the old school Goldberg used to hit that fucking spear. That shit used to be devastating.
Breaker, I really think he is putting another nostalgia to his name.
Yeah, he is. When I saw him do the Steiner recliner, I was like, oh man, these motherfuckers got me going. Because I don't be watching it like that, but I'm trying to catch up. Like, because NXT, I love the callback shit, man. That's just my nature. Like, I like to follow the new stuff, but I like to follow like what I like and shit. And but I'm seeing it and I'm like, yo, this is fucking, Rick Steiner's kid, bro. This is Scott Steiner's.
He looks just like his kid. He looks just like him.
They're incredible talents, bro. I didn't even know. Did y'all see that shit with Cora Jade and all that with CM Punk? I didn't know any of that.
That was kind of cool.
Cora Jade's with Braun Breaker.
Yeah. That's another little hottie right there. But
she's changed a whole lot too.
It's interesting to see like these developments from these new superstars that are coming up in the industry now.
I want to say one thing because when the woman I'm about to talk about, Lash Legend, she's
what Cora Jade looks like. She reminds you of AJ Lee.
Yeah, she does a
What
little
Booker
bit
T
though.
said. I don't see it.
Lash Legend is growing on me though. When she first came in, I think Lash Legend was overshadowed with the whole Nikita Lyons debut,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody was talking about Nikita Lyons. And I think that lately, since you haven't seen Nikita, and the fact that she's Nikita Lash Legend has been like the MVP in a way of this whole metaphor group that she's in on NXT. So
Mm.
I like what Lash Legend is doing though. So
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Nikita Lyons, bro. I mean, she seems like she's a talented like
Nah.
performer or
Yes.
whatever.
I was about to say he's more of a Stan Hansen type person, not JBL.
I don't know. She kind of gives me the vibe of like somebody who's just in it to be a star and shit. She doesn't give me the vibe of
She was on the what was that? The Real Enchant show.
Yeah. She in reality TVs or some shit like that or whatever. But just like Eva Marie, like she gave me the same vibe. Like she just wanted to be a star and shit. I don't think she really was in it for wrestling. That's what a lot of people were coming at her for and shit. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just get that vibe from her. So I'm not really into her.
So do we believe this was okay or was it blown out of proportion?
What, the Mark Briscoe thing?
Yeah.
Go sit your ass down.
My biggest thing is too, like if you're an NFL fan and you're the Cowboy fans, they say we them boys. So is Mark Briscoe going to get upset with the Dallas Cowboy fans saying we're them boys? Like,
and also it was Fox that said it. It was Fox WWE. So you got to think about it. Like they're football, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they just saying this shit. What do you say? You don't rock with the Yo, don't tell me she calls herself that shit. No.
You got her half naked. Brian gonna talk about her next time. Like, oh my god, Nakia, bro.
I'm not into it, bro. Nah, I'm not even into like the look or anything. That's not my cup of tea right there. But I'm just like, she just give off that vibe like she's trying to be on fucking the Real Housewives of Atlanta or some shit.
Been on a music video recently.
Probably was. No, I'm cool. I'm cool.
She was on Thirsty Drake's video.
She ain't it for me. She ain't it. She a bigger like whatever, but I mean she be into there boxing and doing kung fu and shit. And I'm like, this bitch want to wrestle or be in a movie.
Trying out for the Cobra Kai film.
Wow.
Hey, no, I know this is off topic a little, but Brian, did you know Larry Hankin was in Pain Again?
Was in where?
In Pain Again.
Panic? What is that?
Remember the movie Pain Again with Mark Wahlberg in them?
Ah, man. I mean, if I saw him, I probably just was like, oh shit, he's in this too, and probably forgot.
You want to know where he was? He was the one that was the pastor at the church.
Oh damn, nah, yeah.
The one that was rubbing Rock's chest.
Yeah, I watched that movie a long ass time ago.
Because I looked at it, I was like, no, that's it. I was like, yeah, that's him.
Yeah, Larry was in every fucking thing, man.
You got it.
Oh man, it's
but
crazy.
All right, so obviously with the Briscoe brothers and all that stuff, I mean, it's sad. I mean,
yeah, that is
a lot
sad.
of people want that respect standpoint, but also you got to realize, if you didn't trademark it or something, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, but you want to know something? Just to piggyback off what you said right there, Warren. That is true. Like if you don't take the the legal obligations or whatever to make sure that you saving your shit, that is true. But there's nothing like a biting motherfucker either, though, man. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that as well, because there are people who sit there and be over there trying to act like shit is theirs, but really they got it from other people and stuff like that. And even if you do, if your audience and you have a big enough audience, just like if somebody started saying, hey, people and shit, and y'all been watching me say that shit for years, y'all be like, man, Brian B been saying that shit. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like you still got that acknowledgement is still there. And then people gonna look at you different. Just like when comedians be stealing jokes and shit. Like maybe I didn't trademark my joke, but if I said it at fucking 40 of my shows and then somebody else starts saying it, people gonna watch it and say, damn, motherfucker stealing jokes. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so you could hit a bad name that way as well. So you do got to be careful. I do get where Mark Briscoe's coming from, but you have to also not be crazy and try to just fucking run roughshod like, oh no, we the only ones who say, like, nigga, this ain't the schoolyard. This is a fucking entertainment industry. Like, you're gonna have some technicalities here and there, but yeah, he tripping a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
He'll be all
I
right.
agree. He be all right.
All right, so my segment is, and I think we're gonna enjoy doing these from now on. The dad rant. If anybody watched the Logan Paul episode with Randy Orton, they were talking about this at the very end of it. Is technology good for the kids? So say like if we're going to do shopping or something like that, are we those parents that hand out tablets or the phone to distract the kids? I will personally say I do it. I do it. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Man, I want to look at my man crying, having a fit in the
they're flipping
background
out right
right
now.
now.
You gotta go
Yeah,
give him the
he just
tablet
woke
right
up.
now.
He just woke up. But I want to say something real fast. Have y'all seen this movie that came out on Netflix last Friday, Leave the World Behind?
I gotta watch it. I've been hearing a lot of good
I've
things.
been hearing about
Okay,
it.
well then I can't talk about it because after this, I was gonna link this into this, but once you watch it, you will see it. But I want to say no, because then when they get so relied on it, that like in this day and age though, the 13-year-old in this movie, I just want to say one part, and I'm not gonna give away anything. She just wanted to watch her favorite TV show. They went on a vacation. She wanted to watch her favorite TV show. The Wi-Fi went down and everything, and she was just going crazy that she could not watch her favorite TV show. She couldn't get on the internet. And I know you guys got kids, and you ever been somewhere and the Wi-Fi goes out, and then the kid come in and be like, "Dad, Mom, the Wi-Fi went out. I'm trying to play my games," stuff like that. But make a long story short, I don't think so, but I think in this day and age, though, I mean, the tablet, the cell phone, everything is so accessible, and it's like right in front of your faces. So it's a little hard to sort of not give them that,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I won't say no.
Yeah, I think with the question as it is technology good for kids? I would definitely say technology is definitely good for kids. There's no doubt about it. Why? Because technology exists and it's pretty much the fucking future, no matter how you like it or not. Now, is it good to just leave your kids with just a tablet unfucking supervised at all times? No, that's a horrible idea. So I think just like any other kind of engagement that you have with your children, you should be monetizing it. You should be paying attention. You should, if you're gonna just leave the fucking TV on and just let them watch, soap operas all day, like it don't even gotta be hardcore shit or whatever. It could just be stuff that they might not need. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get a development in a different kind of way because you're neglecting them in a way. But if you choose to say, hey, like my daughter, we live like we homeschool, so a lot of times we're trying to work, we're trying to do things or whatever. So, she does her classes on things. She does the ABC Mouse, her and her sister's kids. I mean, my girl's sister's kids, they do homeschooling together, virtual learning. So they feel like they're in the classroom together. There's a lot of benefits from it, like being able to do that alone. You know what I mean? So,
Most
like,
definitely.
I think a lot of people, when they ask this question, they think about all the negative stuff that comes with technology. But at the end of the day, technology is fucking amazing. And your kid can learn in ways that we even never had the chance to. Like my daughter knows how to do fucking the addition, some subtraction. She knows how to do a lot of things because she plays those stupid little games all the time. And it develops and it helps develop you and stuff like that. So it just depends on how you paying attention to your kids, man. You the problem, not the technology. I think, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
I think he is right. No, technology wise, as far as educational wise use, I think it's perfect. I mean, it's
for real.
a different day and age.
Look at us. Look at us. We
literally,
So
we never met each other ever, and
we've
been fucking
so
friends
we looked
for
at the research a little bit on this. People are lacking on interview skills. People are lacking on eye contact. People are lacking on, engaging conversations because they're so used to doing this.
Yeah.
Now, I could say that part, you need to fix that. But also, Yuri, I think we're going through that COVID era. This really messed up all the younger generation. So it's like,
Yeah. And also, you got to think, that's all stuff that's been important and I'm not going to say it's not important, but what I am going to start saying is I think we also have to start having a conversation of is the things that we're complaining about as important as they were before.
Yeah.
Now, interaction is definitely important in my opinion. I think that physical interaction, you want to be around people, you don't want to be secluded, but you do have the ability to be engaged with people differently than you were before. So the comparison aspect is difficult to kind of always, have at this point, because if I'm judging by, hey, I'm talking to you guys right now, but I'm not looking you guys dead in the eye, but I'm directly talking and engaging with you and a whole bunch of other fucking people too. And if kids are kind of constantly doing that as well, whether it be through virtual learning or any kind of way they experience their friendship, playing games online, whatever, they're still building connections with people, but the connections are just different than what we've been, geared to or whatever in the past. So it's interesting, man. It's just a different time. I think that's at the end of the day, that's really what it is. But I still firmly agree with you should have some catering to how your child is interacting, especially if you have concerns about it. Take them to a class. There's fucking classes at Home Depot where they can build little birdhouses and shit or whatever, and you can meet other kids and families. So you can do something about it, if you choose to, you think it's a problematic situation. But
I agree with that. I do like that concept of how you just said you could take them, if they need to learn something, they could go to these classes, learn how to build stuff and like that. And also it actually builds time for the family. And I remember, one thing I think we both can agree to with regarding with COVID at that time is we really got to discover our families. Yeah, and I think that's something that that's still dialed in. And I think that's something I still don't take for granted at times now is, making sure I still spend as much time as I can with my family, my kids, my wife. Now that Matthew's home finally.
Yeah, it's awesome to hear too, man.
He's ready to enjoy Christmas now. He said now he's like, now I can have Christmas. So it's like,
I can imagine.
That's awesome.
So with Annabelle, she just turning 5 and stuff like that. And, I'm one of those parents, I'm not going to lie to you. Now, I don't believe giving her a phone or something like that. My wife and my mom and all of them will give her a phone to, go grocery shop or do whatever. I prefer to give her a Switch just so she doesn't get on stuff that's bad or whatever. She can get on the Switch. She plays the game. That's it. She plays the game. But I think kids got so much access to get into so much things in life. And I feel like, that can be the scary part, but also it could be that very big knowledgeable part as well. Like you just said, kids can get so much knowledge off of these things. So much knowledge.
Yeah, man.
If your kid's having trouble talking, iPad or whatever, it'll read it off to them and it helped them say these words out loud. I've seen it personally with my daughter. It could help read stuff, help figure out stuff like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of goods and bads at the same time when it regards to the technology standpoint. So, and I do agree. And it is based off the parent or how you're raising your child.
Yeah, man. Yeah, people be wanting to blame shit. People problems, just like Briscoe over there, don't want to blame shit. But I mean, at the same time, I do understand concern. It is concerning because, like you said, you can access everything. But it's just, just try to be there as much as you can with your kids. And you also say that, like you said, Warren, like there's some people who are, whether it be single moms or single dads, and they don't have the opportunities to be, as engaged with their children as they really would want to. They have to put food on the table. They got to, leave their kids with, other, in other care at times. And sometimes everybody doesn't have the option to be, the most dedicated parent that they would love to be, which is unfortunate too. But, you kind of just got to do your best, man. That's why I try my best not to judge people, yo. I really try my best, even though I might like fuck around. But at the end of the day, I'm always like, man, listen, if that's what works for them, that's what works for them, bro. Who the fuck am I to be like, no, you got to change this or, have a hardcore opinion on your situation. But most people, I think most people out here trying to do their best, man. There's a handful of people who just are, pieces of crap.
No such thing as grading on parenting.
Mm-hmm. No, there is. But yeah, I agree. If you're trying, at least give them the benefit of the doubt. But
yeah, I agree. I agree with Brian, man. Like you guys were just saying, technology wise, educational purposes, for kids and just like for us. This is how we met, with
Yeah.
technology and all that shit like that. So, if you're using it in a really good way, and like our brother was just saying, and not just like, oh, we're dropping it off, just watch this and just rolling
Mm,
out, then yeah. But hey,
yeah.
it's the future.
It's the future, man. Our kids gonna be going through a
Can't
lot
run
of
from
shit.
it now. All right,
Sure can.
guys. Our victory lap. Who wants to go first?
I go first, man. I go first, man. This has been dope season finale, man. Appreciate everyone, man, tuning in. Man, subscribe to Brian B and Buzzing with Marlo and the 11:30 podcast. Next week episode is the 4-year anniversary episode. I'm inviting you guys on the episode. If you guys
Mm,
free,
I'll be
maybe
there.
this weekend, 15, 20 minutes or so, just to probably
Sure.
do something like this. That I think that'd be really great. I haven't had you guys on the anniversary show. Also, Beyond 11:30 is coming back in January, where we're gonna be chatting parenting, relationships, chatting more about little man and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Talk Pro Wrestling comes back in January. Like I said, also next week's episode is the mid-season finale-ish, like whatever you want to call it. And the 11:30 podcast show will be back in February. So other than that, man, I'm doing that, man, and enjoy the holidays. But appreciate you guys, man. This was always fun, man, and that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Definitely. Congrats on all that, Dre, man. You doing shit. You doing as
Appreciate
much
it.
as I am. But
Appreciate it, man.
yeah,
Thank
I
you.
saw I saw you had all that stuff coming out. I was like, damn, yeah, Dre got a lot going on. Pretty much the same thing, guys. We got a lot of projects that we working on actually this Sunday. I announced it yesterday. I've been posting about this last laugh challenge thing for a while now, and we're actually gonna have our first episode this Sunday night at 9 o'clock. So hope you guys fill in for that. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'll be dead ass real with you, but I got the idea and I got the stuff put down, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm actually trying to see who's gonna come on the show. It's gonna be a team of 2 people or 3 people, and basically we're gonna be having different levels. We're gonna have like easy, intermediate, and then really hard. And I might do like an extreme thing, and whatever team laughs the most is going to be the ones who whatever will give points, and then we're going to figure out which captain will go after the final round. Whoever didn't laugh the most, and they'll face to face off. And we're gonna have some really funny videos and stuff, to maybe like a roast battle on celebrities or different shit like that. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I really, the vision is there. I just got to put it out to see it to y'all. But as always, catch us, man. I actually took my break earlier in the year, so I'm still gonna be on this airwaves, probably even more than I was before, because this is now again my job, and I'm loving it. I got to make it work. So, but catch us on Tuesdays, catch us on Wednesdays. We're gonna be on STR still tonight. Come see me, Raven, Lay, and Slim. We just put some new merch out. Please go check that out. We have a lot of new stuff coming, a lot of big stuff coming. And that's it, man. Happy holidays to you guys, man. Like, once again, thank you guys so much for bringing me on to the crew. I've had a lot of fun talking wrestling with you guys. And like we keep saying, we're going to have a lot of fun going forward this new year, man. There's a lot of shit coming up. Looking forward to it.
Hey, man.
Love it.
Looking forward to it. Excuse me.
As like we just said, guys, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We will be on a season break. This is the last Commission Talks episode for 2023. We will be back right around the Royal Rumble time. So literally the Wednesday before the Rumble, we'll be back. Guys, this has been an absolute blast. We've went through some changes on commission
Yeah.
this season itself. And I tell Dre and I told Brian a couple of times, I was like, it just feels different, and it's a good feeling. Like we go in there, we have this different vibe. Commissions has had some different additions at times, and I've told Dre a couple of times, I said, I think we found one. I think we've really found this way to have that growth standpoint. And I know people have been requesting. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna probably get it in a group. We're gonna talk about maybe doing a Commission Talks shirt. We'll
Please.
talk about
Hey, that'll be dope.
we'll do some
I would
merch
love- listen.
on that Commission Talk standpoint. So we'll definitely look at that. But
Yeah.
guys, we want to thank everybody for listening. Thank you for watching. Watch your wrestling. Do what you love to do. But yeah, guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry
And
Christmas,
we'll see
guys.
y'all in 2024.
Peace, man. Peace.
out,
Much
y'all.
love. Peace out, man.
Good one, guys. Merry Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring, the mission.
Warren Barber, the American Prodigy. Dre on beat.
Oh, that was a great match. I love that. Before just having that ending, bro. Man, WTF.
And Brian B.
I personally feel like they made the right decision by not. I think Gable, he gained a ton of acknowledgement from their matches with Gunther, taking him to the limits and them showing that.
Commission Talk.